I'm Mike Bumgarner. I'm President CEO for United Producers Incorporated, based here in Columbus, Ohio. Live in Mechanicsburg, Ohio, out Champaign County, about 40 miles west of Columbus. And I graduated from The Ohio State University in 1979. As far as involvement at the university, obviously was involved in saddle and sirloin and everything that had to do with livestock production within the College of Ag. But as far as the university, I was on the judging teams, on the meats judging team. I was on that early in school. My sophomore year, my junior year, I was part of the general livestock judging team. Those would be by far the things that stand out my time at Ohio State because of what you learned. But those are the fondest memories I have of being an undergrad at Ohio State. Upon graduation from Ohio State, I did go to work. At the time, it was Producers Livestock Association, which was the dominant member of what's now United Producers. But I worked just a brief time with them and decided I needed to go back to school. I did go back and get a graduate degree from the University of Connecticut. I came back to Ohio and started a brokerage business and working with futures and options, and career path was looking at ways to work with our farmers and producers out here to help them manage risk within the commodity market. I did that for about 10 years. At the end of that, I was working with Producers Livestock and creating some risk management programs for them, and was convinced at the time to come to work for Producers Livestock on a full-time basis, which I did in the early 90s. And, over the next, about 16, 17 years, had various positions. And then I left United Producers in 2008 and went down to Ohio Farm Bureau here in Columbus and headed up a division called the Center for Food and Animal Issues. Worked on that. We did pass a ballot initiative of our own here within the state to create the Livestock Care Standards Board. But then once that was up and running and completed, had the opportunity to come back to United Producers as the Chief Operating Officer, and then for the last 8 years have been in a position of President CEO. The biggest accomplishment and what I'm most proud of is really watching the success of not only our employees, but of our farmer members. I made the decision, upon graduation, as much as I love agriculture, I made the decision not to go back into production agriculture, but tried to focus in on what I could do to help those that wanted to be involved in production. My career, as I've looked at it, is really about managing risk and removing obstacles for people to be successful. Throughout your career, you do what you think are the right things. You don't do them because you're trying to set yourself up for a recognition or award. I look back at some of the people that have received it and know many of the people who received the recognition, and to think you're one of those now, it is humbling, because the people that I've known that's received it, at least in my mind, have done a lot more than what I have. And, it's just a good group to be associated with, and very proud to be associated with that group of people. I owe a lot of this to Dr. James Kinder. Dr. Kinder has been a good friend for many years. I had the opportunity to be on one of Dr. Kinder's judging teams when he first came to Ohio State back in the 70s. And we've continued to have a strong friendship ever since. He's been a fantastic friend, a fantastic mentor, and just cherish that relationship tremendously. Dean Crest has been a good friend and supporter, and I, want to thank her as well for all of her support and leadership that she's given to the college today. Another thank you obviously goes out to my family. I've had my wife of 40, will be 42 years, maybe 43 this year, Jiminy. It's been a long time, but she has been super supportive through the years with everything I wanted to do. 2 grown children, One that is a graduate of Ohio State. We had one defector, but he still likes to support the Buckeyes, especially the football team when he can. We have 7 grandchildren today, so the family continues to be very supportive. The family obviously has deep roots. My wife also went to Ohio State, so we all are Buckeyes through and through. But yeah, without their support and understanding of what it is I do, I could never have achieved or got to where I am. So big thank you to all of them.